There's a new ABC News Washington Post poll out, and they have an amazing fact here about President Obama. They found that his approval rating is the highest it's been since July 2009. Damn. So it's 58%. That's amazing considering the basic breakdown is 50% Republican in the country, 50% Democratic. He's 58% approved. He's even getting some reasonable, more liberal Republicans and independent-minded people to go, you know what, not so bad. So what has Obama done recently? Well, stop and think about it, because this is why I think this means something. His high approval rating means something. He's done way more liberal stuff than the first term. So think about it, because, Hillary Clinton, that's who they're trying to get. Oh my God, we want to get the reasonable, moderate, liberal Republicans and centrists. But in an attempt to do that, Hillary just snubs her base like fucking crazy. So progressive priorities, liberal priorities, I don't care about any of that anymore. I was just pretending in the primary. Now I'm going to say, oh yes, I'm on stage with a Bush neocon. Do you like me, right-wingers? I mean, this is what she's been doing. With Obama, he did the Iran deal in his second term. He did the Cuba deal in his second term. The executive order on immigration, where Congress was dragging its feet. So he's like, you know what? I'm going to take action myself. And here's what we're going to do. And he basically crafted a policy of a reasonable path to being a citizen, and criminals are deported, so on and so forth. It's a very reasonable, policy that he set up. And people looked at it and they're like, you know what, not so bad. And it was slapped down by a court, to be clear, recently. But they're seeing initiative, and they're seeing it on something that the American people actually look at it and go, I actually kind of agree with him on that. So they disagree with the obstructionists in Congress. The American people agree on the Cuba deal with Obama. They agree on the Iran deal. And also, what's been most prominent in the news recently about Obama, he's been releasing nonviolent drug offenders like crazy. Like crazy. So think about it. When most of the news surrounding Obama is, hey, don't look now, but he's doing liberal shit, what happens? What happens? His approval rating spikes 58%. So what does that tell you? If you actually act liberal, if you actually act more progressive, the people of the country go, yeah, I kind of agree with that. Because for the record, they don't even view it in that dichotomy. They don't view it as liberal or progressive or conservative. They don't view the actions as that. They just look at it and think whether or not they agree with it or not. So they go, peace with Cuba? Yeah, I don't know. We haven't fucking had peace with them in forever. I guess that's a good idea. I mean, what the fuck could go wrong? What's going to happen? Is Fidel Castro or, Raul Castro going to invade us? No, it's not going to happen. So let's make peace with them. Iran, yeah, I don't know. We have fucking 96 wars going on in the Middle East right now. Why not make peace with Iran and try to not do war? That fucking crazy idea? People look at it, they go, yeah, we kind of like that idea. Oh, freeing people who just were caught with a little bit of weed and now they're in jail. Yeah, what the fuck could be wrong with that? It turns out the American people, when you give them a chance, when you give them the option of actual liberal policies, they go, kind of reasonable. I kind of like that. So what happens? 58% approval rating. 58%. Guys, I don't want to overstate it or anything, but at this point in a president's time in office, that's nearly unheard of. That's nearly unheard of. Because people, they get sick of it. Okay, this fucking asshole again who's been leading us all these years, and it's this thing where it's just like, oh, okay, fuck you. You've been in there for so long. Fuck off. So the honeymoon's over. So now it's actually reliant upon what are you doing? And recently they go, I kind of like what you're doing. So his approval rating spikes. Now, why is this so important? And it teaches a lesson that Hillary needs to learn, but she'll never learn. Because it shows her we were right all along. The people screaming at you, don't pivot. Don't run right for the general. We were screaming this at you all along. Why? Because we know. You don't know. We know. If you pivot, all you're doing is building into your strategy lying. Hey, I'm so progressive. I hate TPP. Oh, totally. I'm pro-union. I hate war, all that stuff. And then the general election, she's, oh, God, yes, Bush neocons, please support me. I love you so much. We need to be strong around the world. We got to have a backbone. We got to have spine. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, no, totally. Wall Street, maybe not all that bad. Yeah, I said some stuff in the primary, but disregard that, because here I am. Give me more money. Give me. If you had maintained your progressive positions, and if you hammered home these ideas that you believe in liberalism, well, then I honestly think even Hillary would be destroying Trump right now in the polls. But she's not. She ran to the right, and what happened? We had a poll last week where Trump was up. Trump imploded last month, but he was still up on Hillary after his implosion. Why? Because people look at her and they're like, what are you doing? You're fucking flailing all over the place, sucking up to neocons, moving further and further right. And people don't actually like those ideas. Those ideas suck. They suck. She thinks, I'm going to get the moderate Republicans and the centrists and the independents this way. If I run to the right, my base will always be there. Turns out, no. Your base fucking abandoned you, rightfully so. And these, moderate Republicans and centrists and independents are like, I don't know, something smells kind of funky with what you're doing. So they don't really like you that much either. But what did Obama do? Well, again, in his second term, more progressive policy after progressive policy after progressive policy that gets a lot of news. When that happens, turns out 58% of the country now likes him. Do you have any idea what Hillary Clinton would give to have a 58% approval rating? Oh, good googly moogly. She might cut off an arm and give it to have a 58% approval rating. I mean, she could have fucking did it if she actually stayed with those, oh no, I'm like Bernie Sanders positions, and she made people believe it, and she hammered it home, and she didn't pivot. But she did pivot, and she pivoted horribly, and now, as time goes by, her favorability drops more, her unfavorability rises. Her and Trump were tied in a recent poll, 56% unfavorability rating. Trump is beating her when it comes to trustworthy. Donald Trump is beating you when it comes to trustworthy. So if we told you all along, you didn't fucking listen, and now you made your bed and you got to sleep in it. And even with this irrefutable proof of, oh yeah, Obama's been more progressive in his second term, and now his approval rating is higher. Irrefutable proof. She's going to be, no, I'm still going to act like a right-winger, and then I guarantee you I'm going to win. Okay, keep listening to your idiot establishment Democratic strategist, and we'll have a white-knuckle election. And again, I'll be sitting here the entire time saying, I told you so, because I fucking told you so.